All right, we gotta do a tier list. I want to do a tier list, and as you can see from our 5 categories, we have the champs. These are the teams that I think can win the NBA Finals or at least get there. Eastern Conference and Western Conference Final. I think these are teams that can get there. Dark horse teams, they're a wild card. I'll explain each and every single one when we get there. In and out, these are teams that I think are going to get bounced in the first round, where it's like, hey, welcome to the playoffs, goodbye. And then, are teams where it's like, why are they here? Like they shouldn't even be here. So yeah, let's just jump into it. I'm throwing the Bulls in here to the category. I think the Bulls are going to get bounced. I'm throwing the Kings in here. I'm throwing the Mavericks in here. Like I don't think any of these teams pose any threat on anybody. Teams that I have in and out. I think let's start first with the Pistons. I think the Pistons have been a fun team to kind of follow. I could see them getting an upset against the Knicks. I'm not going to put that out of the equation. But if the Knicks bounce them in 4, I wouldn't be surprised at that either. I'm going to put the Pacers. I'm also going to put the Magic. And the reason why I'm putting these two teams is it's like, okay, good. You beat the Bucks. Wow, guess what? Dame Time was injured. Orlando, you won a couple playing games. Guess what? You're going to go play the Celtics. And both of these teams, when they play the 1 and 2s, respectfully, how far is it going to get? In and out. I'm going to put the Knicks right here. And the reason why is, okay, Knicks get past the Pistons. I don't think the Knicks are talented enough to beat the Celtics. I'm going to put the Hawks. Why am I putting the Hawks? Well, if they get through the play-in, Hawks don't match up well with the Celtics. Trae Young might hit a dagger 3, force a game 5, force a game 6 maybe. But team versus team, Celtics have they have a better roster. But the Cavs, I think the Cavs could easily sweep the Hawks. They beat the Warriors in the play-in. Okay, they get the 7th seed. I think the Grizzlies could fare up pretty well with the Rockets, but I don't see them beating the Rockets. And, okay, let's say the Warriors beat them and they have the potential to try to fight for an 8th seed. Thunder are going to roll them. I think Ja will give them a little bit of a fight. And I think Grizzlies could sneak out maybe 2 games. I think Game 6 would be a blowout. Game 5 would be a blowout. I could easily see a gentleman's sweep from the Thunder. Did I skip the dark horse? No. Let's just jump right into the dark horse. Timberwolves. Why do I put the Timberwolves here as a dark horse team? We don't know what T-Wolves team we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get the 2024 team that, upset the Suns, beat the Nuggets, went to the Western Conference Final against the Mavericks. Like, you remember how it was the last postseason. Everybody was crowning Ant as the next Michael Jordan. They're like, oh my gosh, here we go. This is the future of the NBA and all that BS. I think it was blown way out of proportion and way too soon. If Timberwolves have that kind of run and they get past the Lakers, yeah, I could see the T-Wolves getting back to the Western Conference Final. Whether it's the Warriors or the Rockets or the Grizzlies, whoever that 7-2 matchup is, yeah, I could see the Timberwolves, after getting past the Lakers, using all that momentum to keep going. But with how this season played out, I don't think it's there for them this year. Bucks. I'm not going to write the Bucks off, and the reason why is Damian Lillard playing? We've questioned the health, leg blood clots and stuff. There have been reports he might be good to go. What version of the Bucks are we going to see once Dame Time comes back, though? Because we have seen when the Bucks have gone on magical postseason runs and won the NBA title back in 2021. But we've also seen where injuries have plagued this team. I mean, them losing last year to the Pacers, them losing the year before to the Miami Heat, but also the Miami Heat were on a freaking roll that postseason, and Jimmy Butler wasn't going to be stopped. I think, though, the reason why this is a dark horse team is there are 2 teams that might show up. The team that does get eliminated by the Pacers, we're going to get the 2021 version of Giannis, where he just solo-handedly muscles his way through the Eastern Conference Final, getting through the Cavs in the second round, then probably getting through those Celtics in the Eastern Conference Final, and getting all the way to the NBA Finals. Why did I put the Nuggets in the dark horse team? Simply put, how does the locker room react to Malone in this postseason? I think, Nikola Jokic, Murray, if Murray's coming back and healthy, this healthy squad, I think they could get through the Clippers. But when the chips are down, and then they're down 2-1, 3-2 in a series against the Thunder in the next round, who do they turn to? Because I'll tell you right now, if Coach Malone was still with the team and the Nuggets were healthy, I'm taking the Nuggets all the way to the Western Conference Final, potentially matching up against the Lakers. And then the last team for the dark horse that I'll put the Warriors. It's hard to bet against them. It really is. I know there was that glaring play-in record, whatever. Um, but this team wasn't predicted to win the 2022 NBA Finals when they did. The Suns were. Guess what? They won it. They were down 2-1 against the Celtics. Still won the NBA Finals. This team was kind of pretty mediocre, floating around 500, middle of the West. They acquired Jimmy Butler. They go on a little bit of a win streak, and they've been playing absolute great ball. And I think, though, having the playoff experience of Steph Curry, and then how we have Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, you can't count this team out. It doesn't matter if they're an 8th seed. Doesn't matter if they're a 7th seed. Like, there's parts of me where if we see Curry at his best, Butler at his best, Draymond Green not fouling out in the most crucial times or whatever and getting suspended like he has in past games, there's parts of me where you combine those it factors, no one's beating the Warriors. Cavs. Reason why I put the Cavs, they have the best record in the East. It's going to be a cupcake walk to the Eastern Conference Final. I don't see the Pacers giving them any problems. I don't see the Bucks giving them any problems. Like, these guys are playing phenomenal. Clippers. I put the Clippers into the Western Conference Final. And the reason why is if Harden, Kawhi, all the boys, they're healthy, I do think the Clippers could get through the Nuggets and the Thunder. Because, yeah, I'd take playoff experience over a young, talented Thunder team. Who knows if these guys are going to stay together healthy throughout the whole playoffs. Because, again, it's that one asterisk that's kind of followed these Clippers for the last few handful of seasons. The Rockets. The reason why I put the Rockets here is I think their path could be clear if there's a little bit of chaos. I think if the T-Wolves upset the Lakers, yeah, give me the Rockets in the second round. I think we're kind of blowing it out of proportion with the Rockets and Warriors series. Honestly, maybe they're one and done and they're bounced in the first round. I wouldn't be surprised with that either. But they are the second best team in the West. Their record speaks for themselves. They got a good mix of a young core, but also veteran presence with Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Thompson's on his way up. So Rockets are kind of that middle. They're a dark horse team, but I can also see them reaching the Western Conference Final if craziness pursues here in these NBA playoffs. All right, NBA champs, no debating. I think the Celtics could go easily back-to-back. The only teams that I think they have to worry about is running into the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Final. I think this team probably on paper has one of the best rosters. I'm going to throw the Thunder up here as well. And the reason why I'm throwing the Thunder up here is they're the true 1 seed. Last year, the Celtics were the true 1 seed. Number 1 in the East, number 1 overall. It has been done. Number 1 overalls have won the NBA Finals before. Where I kind of have a little bit of, I don't know, is, I mean, this young core of the OKC Thunder, I don't think personally matches up to the 2010s young core with Harden, Westbrook, Ibaka, KD. But I think how history kind of tends to repeat itself, I think ownership has learned this time around with OKC. So that's why I kind of feel like we will see a championship from this young core Thunder, because now ownership knows what they're doing. Where they made wrong plays by getting rid of certain guys last time around, I think that might not happen this time. Where maybe they do finally get over that hump. SGA is in MVP talks. I think the path towards the Western Conference Final is pretty easy for the Thunder because, okay, Clippers and the Nuggets, they're going to beat up on each other. Hey, guess what? By the time round 2 shows up, whoever wins might be dealing with some lingering injuries. You're able to beat that team in a gentleman's sweep 5-1. Maybe they push you to 6 games. In the Western Conference Final, I think the biggest team that gives them fits, Lakers. Probably the Lakers. And if not the Lakers, maybe the Warriors or the Rockets. It just depends. But, I mean, we've seen the Thunder beat the Lakers. We've seen the Thunder also get blown out by the Lakers. I think it'd be fun to see, the Thunder matchup against the Cavs or the Celtics in the finals. But I think just depth-wise and roster-wise, this is one of the other really good NBA teams. So that's why I would say, hell yeah, they're going to win the NBA Finals. The last team, though, that I'll have on this tier list of winning the finals, no shocker, is the Lakers. I would not be surprised to see, Lakers get through the T-Wolves, and then they got to go get through the Rockets. That's not that hard, But it's like Capri Sun, Attila, Lakers at 5. Acquiring Luka Doncic, the trade itself, I mean, I'm a little on it still to this day. Was it a weird trade? Yes. Do I know what the Mavericks were thinking in getting rid of Luka? Absolutely not. Biggest team I think they have to deal with is probably if Steph and LeBron play each other in the second round. Because I think the Lakers, I mean, we've seen them dismantle the Thunder, but we've also seen the Thunder beat them. I think the Thunder and the Lakers running into each other in the Western Conference Final, very much a possibility. But there's parts of me that think, just with the greats, I could see LeBron going out on top and winning one. And where it's kind of like a passing of the torch moment where, okay, LeBron and the Lakers win one, and now Luka's the face of the league. Because they're not going to give the face of the league to Brown or Tatum or Jokic. Like, it's one of those things where it's half talent and, like, upside, but also half media darling, too. Media loves Luka. Even Dallas fans still love Luka, too. And I think... potentially too, this Thunder Laker, maybe it could be a new rivalry brewing. Who knows? That's what separates these top between these bottoms. And the reason why I put the dark horse right in the middle is because we might see a playoff version of the Warriors where Warriors win the championship. And I wouldn't sit here and be surprised to go, yeah, Warriors did win the NBA championship in 2025. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't sit here and be surprised going, Nikola Jokic, they went on a hell of a run. Murray was healthy. Gordon was playing good defense. Look at the bench. Look at the depth. Like, they just came together after losing a coach, and they won it all. Wouldn't faze me. That's my tier list, guys. What do you think? I think, realistically speaking, like, trying to look at the bigger picture, I think the NBA Finals is pretty set. I think we know who the best teams are. Kind of leaning towards the Celtics, Lakers, maybe Thunder, Celtics, NBA Finals. Like, I don't think too much craziness is going to happen. Like, this isn't like college football or the NHL where it's like, hell, anything could happen. Like, I think the best teams rolling into the playoffs that are healthy right now, that can sustain that throughout the playoffs, that's who's going to win. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in another video.